Okay, we're going to do a quick video on the setup of your new forced draft burner. You should receive it in two separate packages. Your main burner will be in a USPS priority package, and your blower will arrive to you in a separate package via Amazon delivery. So when you get your blower, this is the only thing. You'll have some accessories with it, some hoses, some adapters, some different things, but this is all you need, is this part right here with the fitting that goes over the outlet here. So this and this. And when you open up your burner package, what you will find in there is a 3/4 inch steel coupling. The steel coupling has some nice threads in it, and it will thread right on to here. Just turn it on there. It's steel going on to plastic, so just you have to force it just a little bit, but it will thread, and just keep turning it until it bottoms out. Okay? Once it bottoms out, don't force it any further, otherwise you'll strip those threads out, but it does make a nice secure connection to this. So we'll set that aside. Your burner, the main body of it will already be put together. You've got your air valve here, a gate valve, and then your ball valve here for your emergency shutoff, and then a 15 psi pressure gauge, and then you'll also receive the nozzle head assembly. And I'll talk a little bit about this real quick. So you have some adaptability here. Most people are using these 3/4 inch Venturi style burners. You can pop your head off your burner or just get any 3/4 inch pipe. Most of the forges are set up to handle these 3/4 inches. So what you have here is a 3/4 inch elbow. So if you're going to hook it directly to your forge, simply remove the nozzle. And underneath the nozzle, you're going to have a bushing that gets you from 3/4 to 1 inch. You can remove the bushing. And inside that bushing, you have another bushing that gets you from 3/4 to 1/2 inch. So you can see the adaptability here. You've got 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch. So this, you shouldn't have too much trouble hooking this to most of what people will be using in their forges. And if you just want to use the burner outside the forge, this 1 inch nozzle works very, very well for that. So to put this together, we just simply screw it into the end there. Make sure it's pointing down. Okay, so just like that. And we're going to, for this testing purposes, we're going to hook it up to this forge right here. It's already got a 3/4 inch pipe coming out. So we'll take our nozzle off. Don't need that. And we'll just thread it right onto here. Okay, so now we're all set up there. We've got our coupler threaded onto our blower motor. So now we're going to take and thread that onto there. Okay, I'll let that rest right there. This doesn't weigh a lot, so I don't have this forge body bolted down to the forge stand. If I did, it could handle the weight. It can handle the weight of this, no problem. It's pretty light. But for now, we'll let it rest there. And the last thing you'll have, if you ordered the whole complete kit, is the 20 psi adjustable regulator. So, set that aside. I already have a regulator hooked to my propane tank. So we will, this is a 3/8 inch flare fitting. You don't need any gas tape on the end of this. It just needs to be tight. You see we have gas tape here, 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 and where the gas orifice is inside this fitting. There's also gas tape, but none of these other fittings need any gas tape. So don't worry about that. Once you get this finger tight, take a wrench and just turn it a little more so we're not going to get any leaks there. You can take a spray bottle with some soap and water and spray these connections to make sure you don't have any leaks. I do that before I send these off, so you should have no problem there. So that's how you hook it to your forge. Pretty simple. So without any further ado, we'll talk about lighting. So I like to use a torch. Main reason being, normally I light my Venturi burners just with a longer lighter like this, but with the air blower I like to use a torch because you have air coming in here and it tends to blow these out. These still work, just make sure you don't have a lot of air coming in when you try to light it. And what I will do is, before I light it, I'll open this valve here and I'll turn the valve on my high pressure regulator, make sure my valve's open on my tank, until I get up to about around 1.5 psi or so, and then I'll go ahead and close it. So now I know if I open this all the way, I don't have more than 1.5 psi of fuel coming into the chamber. I don't have a large amount of fuel. So at this time I'm going to start the motor. I'm going to crack this air valve open about 1/2 turn. I'm going to make sure there's air coming in here. Okay, we've got some air coming in. Got my torch going. So, put my flame in, open up the gas. And there we go, it's that simple. Now I can increase the gas pressure a little bit. I like to warm my chamber up at about 5 psi. So I'll take my pressure up. As I take my pressure up, I notice I get more of a reducing flame, so I have to increase my air pressure. What I try to look for is just a slightly reducing flame, evidenced by a little bit of yellow flame coming out of the front, and a little bit of orange around the blue in there. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I'm taking pull it off the front here a little bit. if it does not start, when I turn this gas valve, when I'm lighting it, if it doesn't light right away, shut the valve off, wait 30 seconds, and try it again. But once you understand how much air and how much gas is needed to start, it's very simple to start it. For shutting it down, you always want to turn your gas off first and then your air. So, shut it down, I turn my gas off, and then I turn my air off. So it's that simple. This burner, like I said, will run well with this blower. It'll work with a hair dryer. It'll work with a shop vac, or any source of air that you can get in here. And the